Nou, dan even minder zat zijn.
In-game wordt echt.
Nee, het echt moet zattig zijn.
Oh, we're live, guys.
Het gaat vanavond niet later worden, denk ik.
All right, guys. We're on the live stream right now, if I'm correct. Let me check the audio real quick.
Hello, livestream.
Hallo.
Yes? Yeah, we're live. Hello. So, hello everyone in Outline chat. We're sort of doing this on the fly, improvising a lot. But yeah, welcome to the SofaWorld presentation. Okay, if you wanna do the honors.
Yeah, so I think this is the SofaWorld Q&A presentation, in-depth development talk. So first, I think you guys should introduce yourself that worked on it on the screen. Who do you have in the chat?
Yeah, okay. So I'm Tropical Trevor. This is Pirke. This is Ixion. And with us is Roesketrank and Gabby. And so we do code and art and crazy stuff. And we made SofaWorld as part of a slightly larger team. I think together it was like 10 people. So you got 5 of us to answer your questions and talk about how this was made.
So, this is made. Let's just start.
I guess,
start with, like, I think it was. Yeah, sorry?
Yeah, I think Unity came in somewhere.
Yeah, but they're not demo students, right? But I think Roesketrank can tell you how this started.
Yeah, so basically all started back on Poet when we heard that revision was cancelled. And then somebody said, oh yeah, maybe we can do like a VR thing and in what is it called, in Second Life. So we actually contacted Second Life to see what was possible, but it seemed all very corporate and they were very helpful. So we thought it was gonna cost a lot of money to actually do it through that channel. And you miss a lot of freedom. So the idea was born to see what we could do in Unity in a few days. Like make a small prototype, see if we can get some people in a room, get a Twitch stream going, and and here we are now.
There we go. Yeah, because a revision, of course, we talked about it before, and even on the revision, the post stream. So what is the updates in this? Because I mean, the outline, of course, the update is that the outline location is now here. But yeah, what else did you guys add? Like, can you give a quick rundown of all the new features and things you're really proud of that you did?
So we started out with some backend cleanup and trying to make the stream work a little bit better. I think one of the successes there is that we have Mac working, Windows 7 working, some Linux builds work for some people. But yeah, it's like a lot of stuff is a lot nicer now. So like it's in a situation where we can move forward with maybe doing more parties and maybe have less hang-ups trying to get things to work. And we focused a lot on character customization. So Pirke here did a lot of work on that and made like an insane amount of 3D art and 3D character models in way too little time. Yeah, if you want to talk about how you did that actually.
Yeah, so I made base bodies, base female body, base male body, with all the skinny feature, the fat feature, all that stuff. So in the beginning we had 2 characters, male and female, the same as we did with Revision. But because we have such a big spectrum of people at demo parties, I actually managed to also get a blend shape in between the male and female bodies, so everybody can have like their own body as they want. We had only naked bodies to begin with, and then Ixion actually made clothes for them, which I wrapped on the body, and then even combined them with the blend shapes. So now we have fully featured, androgynous bodies, all built on top of Mixamo skeleton, which we just downloaded like mocap data to get all the dances, to get all the movement, even the drunk features, all in there.
Yeah, so Mixamo is an online service that provides animations, so you can get like free animation for your character model if you adhere to their rules. We played into that to get like all of these dancing animations without actually having to sit down and animate all their work, like you see right now. And then Ixion did the amazing work on the clothes, and I really love the party pants. It's super easy to get like different colors of party pants going right now, and I hope we can get more patterns and more crazy pants in the future.
It just looks a lot like Outline. It's just the colorfulness and again, I mean, you guys are insane that in the short amount of time you make a location that's so spot on in what the actual location was. So once again, like it's incredible the amount of detail that goes in that you can see that goes into this. So yeah, are there specific details you're proud of what you did for the Outline location?
I mean, I think we should poke Gabby for that because we did some Fanta and some like Grols. Like the Grols bottle has a glass Grols logo embossed on the bottle. That is cool, but I think Gabby did most of the work there.
Nice.
Well, the Dub Marine is one of my favorites. It's not exactly Outline related, but
Why not?
Yeah,
I mean, it's part of the Outline experience.
I guess it's the Danes. The Danes are coming to take over, I'm afraid.
Exactly.
Yeah, I really love how it's now outlined on the beach.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
I
must say
probably-
that my personal favorite feature is the racing track that you guys laid out, because we were all together on the Discord and we got pretty competitive at one point. And it's really the physics, you know, they're a bit janky, but it's a lot of fun just driving around in that golf cart.
Yeah, I mean, the addition of vehicles and that the world is so much bigger. It actually is like, I was baffled when I opened it yesterday, and I was like, wait a minute, I didn't even know where to go when I started because it's so big. So yeah, that's just incredible.
Big open world adventure, right?
Yes, and I'm stuck at only 42 Akis, and I can't find those last. I don't know where you hit them.
I think it's really cool like how big it got and how much you can push this. It's insane. Like we blocked out this space and we were like, maybe we'll do a 5K run simulation or something, future plans. And then we just said, this is the area that we're gonna cover. And then, well, I think essentially we had the party site with the outside tent and the inside of the party hall and the beam screen. All that was kind of there a week before Outline started. And then Musketrank took a week off from work to polish SofaWorld. So then he messaged me and said, I think I don't have much to do in that week. So how about we do a racing game, vehicle physics, and a mini map, and it exploded from there.
It's seriously insane because all you guys have, well, except for who's going to do that, but all you guys have day jobs as well. So this is all like, I assume, or I don't know if this is even the case after this. But yeah, so it's all in the free time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's after work, before work. It's
During
not
work.
yeah,
Work.
it's not sleeping at night. It's I definitely had some hours where my lunch break was 3 hours long, and I had to work later that day because else I wouldn't get like my work done. But on average, it's just every day we would work on this. I would wake up and check the Slack and fix a few bugs, and then get to work. And then after work, I would answer all the questions, and everybody just kept pushing. And it's also super interesting that we're in 3 different time zones. So we've got the Netherlands, we've got Japan, and we have Jan in the United States. So basically every minute of every day somebody is committing to the repository, and that was super interesting because once you connect and once you have a synergy, you don't need to talk as much. So every moment you're awake, you don't need to talk. You know everybody is doing this quadrant of the project, everybody's just pushing work out, and non-stop stuff is happening, and that's amazing.
In the morning you're talking with America, and then during the day we're talking here in Japan, and then in the evening we're talking with Holland just to get all of this done.
Yeah.
It's absolutely like mind blowing, and indeed we can now see the windmills on the screen. I guess that was done by you guys because you missed the Netherlands, I presume.
For sure. I think Rosie did this asset though, but since you redid the textures to have them more HD, I actually still don't know who put the song there, but I love the song. There.
Who's the trank?
Sorry, guys.
Guilty.
Nice, nice. It is. I think my favorite part of SofaWorld is the song next to the window.
It's my
Like
favorite
there's
as well.
again, yeah, there's so many of these details that you drive around, and then all of a sudden this song starts like coming in, and of course the submarine blaring the Venga Boys way too loud.
Yeah, I love
And
the
it's- I love-
colors, the different light shows that were happening in the evening, because there's also like you guys implemented the day and night cycle, and when the sun started going down at the Dub submarine, I suddenly saw lights which I didn't even know during the day were there. So it was a completely different experience all of a sudden.
Yeah, I mean that's when the party happens, right? It's at night. The real party is outside, so. Same with like the street lights, and we have some things on the clock. Nice.
And yet, and about the details, so there is a lot happening at the location, and there's the Hubert's snack car.
I knew
Is
this
this
was
right?
coming.
Yeah, is this the real like snack car, or where does this? Who is Hubert, and why is he there?
So I think it was basically the venue has a Comic Sans logo, and
Like the actual venue.
the
in real
I mean
life.
the Riethoven, the venue of
Yeah.
Outline, the last Outline has a logo in Comic Sans, and so we had this Woost cabine from Revision. We put that in there as a placeholder, and I used the Comic Sans font to put a title on top. I was like, what's a typical Dutch name and what rhymes? So I was like, Hubert's Hapkar. And Gabi took that and I was like, yeah, let's do this. And he made this beautiful Dutch snack bar vehicle out of what we had. And yeah, it's just a fictional thing, but it uses Comic Sans, which I think is the most plausible thing. Every Dutch snack vendor uses Comic Sans for their logo.
Exactly, and it's these details because again, also when you look at the location, all the tents, all the chairs, and the I think there's even a canister of Flamingo on the table.
Yes,
So
there
as a
is.
shout out to our German friends, and there's Kaval around, and
Pierre made that. I actually made the table after the table that's actually there at Outline.
yes, no, it looks absolutely the same. It's bizarre how again you guys managed to make it look so close to the real experience, and it's a little weird to walk around because we can't go there. But yeah, no, it's absolutely. It feels like we're
It's the
there.
next best thing, right? And that's the point.
Absolutely. And also, yeah, because the drinking, I saw indeed on the stream somebody goes into the bar, walks to the bus, but how much do you have to drink before you get passed out drunk?
Oh, yeah, that's quite a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like
That's right.
10 bottles, but then every bottle is 20 swigs of beer. So if you really want to get drunk, you have to spam the R key. So you stand by the bar and you keep spamming, and then you buy new beer, you keep spamming. When you're done drinking, the bottle actually drops as well. So you can see like,
Yeah.
oh, this bottle's empty, you buy the next one. I think it's like 10 bottles, and then you're on the floor.
Because indeed, the bottles and also the coffee mugs, you carry them, or you can't drive the car while holding a coffee mug or a beer. You can also drive when you're really drunk, which is
I mean,
irresponsible.
that's up to you. I'm not your mom.
Exactly. You just give us the environment, and we can do whatever we want. And indeed, so what's also happening is immediately we have a lot of people in, and people start breaking it. Do you guys appreciate that, or are you a little bit annoyed?
No, absolutely. I think already at Revision we made the environment in a way that we knew there were some edges to the world, right? We knew there were some billboards with trees on them. So we explicitly hide stuff behind it. So you're like, oh, I'm glitching out of the world. And you find a collectible outside of the normal boundaries. And you're like, oh, the developers expected me to go out of the world. So you try to kind of play with that. I mean, we had a talk about this earlier, and the idea is that if your game is not hindering broken, like it can be a little bit broken, but it shouldn't really hinder the experience, then you can experience in the way it was meant to be, but you can also play with the features or the glitches that pull you out of the box and out of the experience. So when you're done walking around in SofaWorld drinking beer, you can start using your vehicle to glitch upon the roof somewhere. And I think that's really fun. Like it makes it more playable. When you're bored, you can try to break it. And you will never break it in a way that ruins the experience for other people, So it's fine.
Yeah,
with,
that's the goal. I mean,
Same with people being pissed off that they can't get behind the bar and help out with the bar service, and like an hour later, people already discovered how to get behind the bar by glitching in there.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And that literally took an hour, I think. That was before the game was launched. Like, somebody is behind the bar.
How can you find a way to the bar without glitching a collision?
Hey guys, I have a quick question. I may have gotten too drunk in SofaWorld. How do I sober up?
Puke. Right click to puke or buy coffee and drink the coffee. Or piss doesn't help.
Oh my god. I didn't know puking actually helped. That's amazing. I'm still learning new things about this game.
You can keep holding the right mouse button, or you can buy coffee next to the beer and then drink that to sober up.
Oh, we have another one.
Yeah.
What's happening now on stream is like, this is advertisement for
Animation is the best.
it looks just like the real thing. Yeah, absolutely incredible work on capturing the experience. I think that's the most important part of like somehow capturing that experience. Or somebody's passed out at the bar. Very good.
Oh shit.
But,
that looks bad. Shall we carry him to a stand?
You can be very cruel. Disclaimer: people aren't actually urinating on other people at the actual party. So, but it's good to finally be able to do it.
That's very fun. At one point, we think this is the new reality. This
Exactly,
is what we do, and then we get really weird.
This becomes the real party.
So yeah, any favorite details? I think I already asked it, but something that you guys put in that you really like yourself.
I mean, the vehicle physics, the mini map, like last minute additions that worked out really well.
Yeah, if people haven't found these Okis yet, consider this a spoiler.
Spoilers.
There's so many. Do you have them all?
No, I have around 40, just enough to get the boost. And then I quit, and then I just started going around the tracks. Oh, right, I wanted to show the tracks as well.
So indeed, what's it like? Because what happens when you get 50 Okis? Because 40 gives you 15 gives you the vehicle, 40 gives you the boost.
Yeah, so we anticipated that some of them would not be collectible, and that is why 40 is the boost and not 50.
Because are you saying it might not be possible to collect all 50?
I mean, it definitely wasn't possible until the latest patch, and I think it's possible now.
Also,
yeah, the patch indeed for people. 0.73 is out since this morning.
God damn it! Why are you breaking my game?
that's the name of the game, right?
Exactly.
Also,
I love also the detail put in places that are important. There's some places that like we don't really care about this, and it doesn't have collision, because it's where it matters. It's all done really well, and where it not matters that much.
I mean, yeah, you see the floating flag, and you see the no collision. It's something we could fix and polish. In this case, I think I would, because it's not improving the experience. Like, it's not a fun hackable feature. But on the other hand, it's also not harming the experience, so it's not really important. Like, if you didn't drive into that building, you wouldn't try it, and it would be fine.
Yeah, and it's also that like we effort put where it's needed to make it a good experience. Exactly.
I think that's a healthy philosophy, right? With any interactive experience, if the experience doesn't break down, why fix it? Why not let people have their fun, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think that sometimes, especially in video games, people are afraid the players might play the game wrong. So
I agree. Like I love it when also like the speedrun community that breaks a game in such a way that they can do it faster, but doing so is very hard. So if they fix the issue or the bug that allows the speedrun community to speedrun, what did they achieve? The normal player would not run into this bug. It is the speedrunner that tries to force this bug to happen, to do something that the game wasn't made for, but it's extra fun. Without that feature or that bug, the player would not be still playing this game. So why change the game?
No, exactly. I think, and there's a lot of things. I mean, yesterday we were all on the train track spawning cars on top of each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's amazing how
there's
people
a lot-
are making their own games. Like when we were trying to get to the back of the airplane wing yesterday,
Oh, yeah,
where you
I
have
did
to
it
jump
again this
across the
morning.
water, otherwise you despawn. So we were
Yeah.
trying to get to the back wing, and it's a little game inside a game that was never intended, I think, right?
Yeah, exactly. We never thought that that would be possible, but then someone said, "I think we can do this," and now I actually regret not hiding an Oki there because, like, at revision, I think we had some real asshole hiding places.
Yeah, those were
And
bad.
the outline, I think you can get all of them in a fairly easy manner.
Without
Like
too
that.
much problem.
Yeah, they're hidden, but they're not like stupid hidden.
Yeah, I think I found this was also you didn't make it easy. Okis are still hidden in terrible places, but I guess indeed like it's this experience gives so many mini experiences that just come up because people are fucking with it, and I think that's really nice. Like you give people such a sandbox, which is partly like oh watch the stream together on the location in 3D, and then it becomes actually I've been playing it for hours yesterday. Indeed, being on the Discord, just mucking about in it, trying to break stuff.
Same with the car, like you can damage the car, like look how far you can get the car damaged without it being repaired and that kind of stuff.
And you can repair the car as well, right? You can damage it and then repair it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I found an
Yeah,
Oki
yeah.
that I didn't have yet.
There you go.
Yes!
Nice. Spoilers. 42, the best number. Yeah, I like that. I mean, that's the whole point of play. Like to me, a video game is it's having fun on a computer, and constraining people within the world that you built is the wrong way of tackling the problem. Because if you like you said, sandbox, that's a real term they use in video games, but it's a term for real life. It's kids doing whatever the fuck they want, and that's the right way to approach play. Like if you give people stuff to manipulate, people will find creative ways to do so and create challenges and have fun with that. I think that is what it's about.
Yeah, and it's indeed a satisfying thing. Even just driving around feels satisfying. It's nice to do, and you just indeed every opportunity is something to either screw with or there might be an Oki there, so you have to
Yeah.
comb the whole map.
There's no normal life. There's always a motive, right? That's fun.
Yeah, and it drove me insane at revision, and it drives me insane again here. But it's good to know that there's no extra perk at 50. So, but then again, you still have to catch them all, right?
Yeah, it's.
So did
I'm
you
already
wanna
relieved
make
that.
them up?
I'm just relieved that there was like the first time when I don't know if everyone knows about this, but the first time when you collected all the Okis, the reward was very minimal, right? Because it was just you got a mustache, and now
Yeah, revision, yeah.
at revision, and now you actually get like the golf cart, and later you get the boost. So like
You
it's
just boost over an Oki.
yeah, like I really liked how, with very simple rewards, you guys made finding the collectibles very rewarding. Because I've just been having a blast driving this thing around, even disregarding the bad physics.
I mean, that's part of the whole fun, right? Like,
Yeah, and indeed, like the FOMO for not having all the Okis yet. And then like, oh, but I want that boost, but I need 40 Okis for the boost.
Yeah, it's like why do you need the boost in your life? You don't. You're logging in to watch
If you want
YouTube
it.
and do 3D chat, but no, you need the boost.
And so, are there more secrets hidden people might not know about on this map?
I mean, yeah,
Maybe don't spoil them, but just give people.
So you have the green box around the bar, and you press E to buy something at the bar. And there's some more places where you can press the E key to spawn stuff. So, for example, the hub car, I'll spoil that one. You can
Okay.
press E in front of the hub car, and something will happen. But there's some more places like that to find, and
There we
I think
go.
there was something with the train, and yeah, I guess where the music are kind of Easter eggs. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the game.
Also,
And,
knowing
yeah,
it's something.
and I think it's fun to explore. Like the whole point is that you walk around and try the buttons and try to make stuff happen.
We have now terrible images on the stream.
Yeah, it's not material.
It's nightmare fuel. But yeah, no, those Easter eggs. So there's something to find. Like you can keep going through this map and find new things to play with, or to mess with, or to just interact with. So yeah, no, wonderful experience. I'll ask if there are people on the stream that have questions. If you're on Twitch, if you have a question for these lads, type it up and I'll relay it.
Nice.
There's a lack of Ataris on SofaWorld. There's a comment from Spike Rietse from SMFX. There's not enough Ataris in
I
Outline.
cannot disagree.
I have a question, if I may. You guys implemented the skate park. Is there any other vehicles planning to be implemented, like some skateboards or stuff? I don't know if you guys will be doing something for Evoke. I don't believe they've announced an event yet, right?
No,
Yeah, so
they're waiting for the end of the month.
I
Okay.
don't think Evoke is gonna be online if it doesn't happen in real life. But yeah, we're definitely looking into making the car mechanic come back in the future, maybe in a more compact way. But I can't promise anything because it's a really fun mechanic, and I think we can reuse it as is. And I would love to build on top of it, but it all depends on like how much time do we have and what other stuff do we want to tackle. Because there were some bugs this time that we'd love to iron out as well. So you never know if we have time to actually fix these things.
Right. Yeah.
But SofaWorld is here to stay, if it's up to you. Like, there's gonna be more environments in SofaWorld, and it's not just a one-off for these two parties.
I would say come to Nova in a month.
Exactly.
All right, right. There we go.
Gabi.
Yeah, I know. Risha drank yesterday, said, yeah, fuck it. It's like in a month. It's way too soon. And I woke up this morning. I'm like, a bit of Unity terrain, some texture painting, some English buildings.
It's cliff with a C, which is basically what we have here.
cliff.
So there you go.
Yeah, so,
Oh, there's some more questions. What is the speedrun record for SofaWorld?
Depends on which speedrun.
We had different categories actually. I don't know if the feature that was used as an exploit is a secret or not.
Yes.
Okay, it is, as in it is a secret.
Yeah, let's keep it a secret.
Yeah. let's do that. But yeah, I think we had some runs going in the Discord, but I don't actually remember the legitimate time. So let me just attempt to run right now.
I recall your time was 94 or 93. So yeah, we have a speedrun with the racetrack, with the vehicle, and we're introducing another racetrack in the latest patch, which is just nightmare material, nightmare fuel. And then, of course, you could have a speedrun collecting all the Okis, but we didn't do that yet. I know someone did it for revision.
Yeah.
And yeah, actually, I think that would be really fun if someone did a collect the Okis walkthrough speedrun.
That's
And I have another question from Spike Maniac. Is asking, why wasn't this in the game compo of Revision?
Yeah, so that's a good question. We submitted the original SofaWorld for the game compo at Revision, and then they moved us to the wild compo. So the Oki Hunter mechanic wasn't game enough, and all the fun you can have wasn't game enough. Basically, I think Revision needs to update the rules about the game compo to be very clear about what they constitute as a game, because it's not about playing around, it's about having a score system.
Right. And somebody, Soba Noodies asks, can we customize our clothing more in the future, like import our own crew logo? And indeed, somebody's like, I want, like Animal Crossing style.
I really hope so, but like you already see some moderation problems with Animal Crossing. I don't want random people uploading random images to my server in the future, so I think we'll stick to party logos and approved logos. So we have talked about like having registered groups where like you can come in and send us your logo, we'll put it in the game. But it sounds a little bit laborious, so we're not sure yet how to streamline that, how to pipeline that. We're definitely looking at opening it up so people can really represent their group inside of the game.
Right. Yeah, somebody, Hardy, proposes like implement Topi's t-shirt shop. And then including being able to order shirts via the website. That
Nice.
would have been a nice feature.
I mean, like the Topi web shop would be great, right? Sounds a little bit hard.
I would ink simulations for the clothing for that. So
Yeah.
I don't think, did I miss questions? Let me see. What is, will my Kepler GPU and 4th gen Intel catch fire if I run SofaWorld?
I don't know what any of these words mean, so I say give it a go.
Tell us if that happens.
It would be good to put
people-
into the FAQ.
And there's some more features like an interactable whiteboard so you can draw together like the paper sheets with the revision in the tunnel. But yeah, that might also be a moderation problem in the end.
Yeah, I mean, in a way that could be easier to moderate because it's not you uploading images, it's you drawing into one image that we could more easily.
Right.
I mean, moderation with uploading images also like the amount and the size and stuff like that. So if there's one whiteboard that as a moderator we could disable very easily, then that would be a really fun thing to do. So definitely something that I would want to look into. And
Some more interactivity with other players. Indeed.
yeah, so similarly that they mentioned from Shader Showdown side, if we could maybe do Shader Showdown inside of SofaWorld, I think that would also be really interesting to explore.
Oof. Interesting, yes.
Yeah, oof, yeah. It's like, I imagine that then everyone would compile their own shaders like Alchema is doing right now on their server. So it's more like it would be mixed success per person, per GPU.
So yeah. A lot of questions already had, like anything else? I don't like, oh, the question is, can you be naked in the game? And will you be able to customize horses? It's a very important question.
Okay, horses are definitely on the roadmap, but being naked in game, I think with working from home, we're naked at home enough. So in this game, you can finally wear some clothes again.
Fair enough.
Like I only have this T-shirt, right? That's
And indeed, somebody is pointing out more in-game games like playing volleyball at the volley net, but then yeah, you have to implement a whole new game. So that's
What was the
Yeah.
most painful thing for you guys to implement?
I think the cars, like switching from human to car mode, we've had 3 attempts and so many bugs, even on the last day. And I think in the first build we tried to release, there were still bugs. So it wasn't the most work, but it was the most stressful for me personally.
Hmm.
And I don't know. I think that may be true for everyone else as well.
I just saw RBR is now driving around with the golf cart at the location. He hacked the game.
Where is he at?
If you go to the left, he's there. He was there somewhere driving around. I don't know if he's still there, but he was
Yes,
driving around on the
no.
lawn.
Numtech seems to collapse on the table.
Wake him up with water.
Yeah, it's all very, very realistic.
It's outline. It's just outline.
Is it wants a pants-off option?
Yeah, I also want a shirt off option, but can you do both at the same time, or is that risque?
That's getting risky again. I know it's incredible work. I have my questions answered about Hubert's Hopcar, especially that. Bugging me, it was
That's
That's been
bugging me.
bugging you the entire event.
Do you think we should have called it Hugo's Hopcar?
No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah,
I've got a question here on TeamSpeak. Somebody is asking if Perke can take off his t-shirt.
So good.
Somebody, I hear Hardy is asking, I missed the 5711 boombox at Party Leben in the outline map, but I think it was there, right?
Yeah, it was there in the beginning.
I think it's if you look behind you, past the hop car, and then go into the bushes there. It should be there inside like that group of trees left of the toilets.
So it's in the game. So go look for it.
Okay, so it should respawn every 30 minutes. Somebody moves it, and it is definitely in the game.
It should be on top of that.
It should reset around exactly there every 30 minutes. So go find it. Go
That's
find
a
it.
pretty rare thing.
I saw it yesterday. It became back yesterday, like
today.
3 at
I
night.
actually carried it around today. I put it on the roof somewhere.
This is incredible. Of course, you can put it on the roof.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
no,
good.
yeah.
Lovely.
And of course, indeed, Boozadrome. Boozembly is still there for the Finns.
Yeah, it was a major feature of Vision. I think now it's more of a side piece in a good way. But I love how the game grew so much that this is still there, but it's like not the main thing anymore. That's how big it got, and I hope it gets even bigger.
Dr. Claw asks, like, if you want to use SofaWorld for a local party and make your own map, what format would you need it in?
Right, yeah. So that is definitely on the table as well for me to make SofaWorld more reusable. Currently, it's a lot of work to get it to work. Mostly the networking and the licensing. Like we handle third-party networking when doing SofaWorld. So I would hope that we in the future could distribute this to people where they can drop in their own model and handle their own networking, and then it's all gold. But until then, I would love to talk to people to see if we can have some tryouts or talk to them like well before their party happens, because we did have some people talk to us a month beforehand, which is a little bit tight. But I would love to see this more reusable for others and more shareable with other demo parties, because I think it's really fun and I hope it stays around.
Yeah, absolutely, me too. And now people are asking SofaWorld for the Amiga 500 and SofaWorld for the NES, please.
I'm only focused on MSX currently.
The MSX port is coming. That's very important. Okay, yeah, very awesome. I don't think I have anything more to ask, and I'm going to see if I can get some things from the Hopcar.
Hopcar.
Well, the Rocco, do you have any more questions?
I think that's all for me as well. Yeah. Yeah, nothing on my sheet anymore.
All right, yeah. So I say thank you so much for joining us from Japan, where it's now 1/4
You're welcome. Send cassouffle.
And we will. I will ship your cassouffle, which will be terrible when it arrives. And thank you once more for such an awesome experience to enhance Outline with. Like, we can only be humbled that that you guys did this. And I love seeing it used so much and seeing it break so much. It's absolutely super fun.
It's been really fun to make. I'm really happy how many people are joining in and how much like positive response we're getting. It's really heartwarming to see this effort being appreciated. It's really cool.
Yes, you get a lot of thanks in the Twitch thread. So absolutely smashing work, and thank you so much for your time. And now everybody go back into SofaWorld and run around and get really drunk.
And get really drunk.
And find all the secrets.
Nice!
Proost.
Are we still live?
Yeah, probably. I'll wait for Havoc or Numtech to fade us out. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
Daarbij die molen.
Die molen.